breakdown in arms negotiations with the Russians, Barry Schwein reports.
Former Defense Secretary Robert McNamara says the United States is planning to test Star Wars technology.
Costa Rica abolished its army in 1949 and since has relied on a 5,000 member civil board. The House today took action to pressure South Africa to end its policy of racial separation. And the Pretoria government, the bill also would ban new investments by American firms in their own South African operations, and it would outlaw American businesses going to Iran coin. The House measure, however, would allow the sanctions to be waived for 1 year.
summertime, and the temperature's torrid. Snakes are snorting, and the elephants cry. The kids are parked, but the bears aren't looking. Like little creatures, till a cold front comes by. And in Chicago, the skies are clear and the breeze is still off the lake, but the night is very pleasant and the clouds hang over southern Illinois. And the 10 o'clock temperature is 58 degrees on the average, relative humidity is 5%. There it is, northeast wind at 9. When will it ever shift? To the south of us, however, on the dividing line between the El Stinko air over the south and our Canadian air, violent storms continue today from New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, all the way across Kentucky and Tennessee into the Carolinas. And there were even some strong storms over the watershed of the Delaware River Basin, helping the water shortage in the northeast. Our weather maps for tomorrow show no green blobs reaching Chicago, downstate Illinois again, and by evening they may be fairly close. But we may even get through most of the day Friday before any storms reach us. Tomorrow, 70s will cover most of the Midwest, near the lake shore, in the 50s, touching the 60 mark, while the 90s and 100-degree temperatures continue in the southeast. Tomorrow morning, 47 for a low, but warmer than that near the lake. Tomorrow afternoon, 70 for a high, but 60 at the lakefront. Tomorrow morning will be clear and gorgeous. The wind will be very light. And I predict that during the day, only a light to moderate 10 to 15 mile an hour east wind will develop. And by evening, it may even get a little southeast, with only some clouds in the sky. So we go through another day without rain. Friday, and it would appear the thunderstorms, if they come, will be late in the day or even evening. No promise they'll come. And there's a good chance that we'll have a gorgeous weekend, with the showers and rain moving to the east, and Sunday, the storms forming in the plains, but not getting here till night. I like that, Ron. Huh? Thank you, John. In tonight's commentary, Jim Reynolds.
Today he saw Ron Say hit a home run here in the fifth. This is Ron's 11th of the season. It tied the game at 2, and Say is really catching fire now with the bat. And Dave Lopes, another ex-Dodger with some heroics, his 500th career steal. He then went on to steal 30. Now it's not bad for a guy pushing 40 like all the rest of the summer. Not bad at all. He had 10 strikeouts, but the Cubs couldn't hold on. With the score 2-2 in the 11th, Lee Smith surrendered a home run to Ramirez on an 0-2 pitch. Sanderson's pitched 3 great games in a row and has still not gotten a victory, but he's not sweating it.
Once you start complaining about no decisions, they'll start tagging out, and no one wants that. So you don't always have control of the game, whether you're going to win it or lose it as a pitcher. All you can do is try to keep the other team from scoring, and when you get up to hit, do the best you can.
Well, he did the best he could today. It wasn't quite good enough. The White Sox didn't have anything to do. They were rained out. Minnesota shut out by Toronto. And California shut out Dennis Martinez, a one-hitter for Baltimore. Yankees rained out. Milwaukee over Kansas City and Detroit over Seattle. In the National League, St. Louis is losing. Good news for the Cubs. Montreal shut out San Francisco.
Down the stretch, but Magic Johnson, who has his first triple-double. Double figures in points, rebounds.
How about that Detroit game? Have you ever seen a guy get a home run on a bunt? Well, it technically isn't a home run, but he got all the way around. Watch here. Jack Perconti bunts. The ball thrown away by Brookins into right field. Now here comes Alejandro Sanchez, and he throws the ball all the way past third base. Come on, Jack. Get up and go. He goes all the way from first to home on a bunt. First bat of the game, and Seattle still lost. By the way, Boston is losing to the Lakers 199.
But when you call up Don King for
production. The receptionist answers D-Day Dynamite. The Marines are coming. What about it, Doc King?
We got the Marines coming 2,000 strong from Palms, 29 Palms, California. And they're also coming from El Toro Base and Camp Pendleton, where James McDonald was former champion at, and where he served his service. So it's going to be D-Day Dynamite, Michael Spinks and Jim McDonald, Carlos Sugar de Leon, defending his cruiserweight crown against one of Chicago's own, the Windy City's Alfonso Ratliff. We call him the Fonz. He's the #1 contender. He'll be trying to bring that world title back to Chicago. And then we have the sensational white kid named Davey Hilton Jr. He's white, but he can fight. And he'll be taking on the Oklahoma kid, Dennis Horn. So it's going to spell out to be a great evening of boxing. We're going to have 2,000 Marines. And we also have the Marines Drum and Bugle Corps, which will be playing the national anthem. And we got the authentic film of D-Day, 1944 invasion of Normandy, that they sent me from the White House, that we'll be using a part of that film footage on the program to reflect and commemorate the anniversary of D-Day. So we're going to dedicate this whole program to our country, the greatest nation on earth. And we're going to be out there with flags waving. We got 5,000 flags for every fan and patriot and every Marine, serviceman and Air Forceman we have. We'll have an American flag. So when you turn on WGN in Chicago, you will be able to see a beautiful sight of the flag, the stars and the stripes, and a great fight with D-Day Dynamite.
Okay, let's talk about the bouts coming up. #1, Michael Spinks. He is the undisputed champion right now on the light heavyweight division against Diamond Jim McDonald. He's 16-0. Tell us about the bout.
Yes, this one is going to be a super fight. Diamond Jim McDonald is a real gutty Marine, a guy that has a lot of talent, and he has devastating punching power on either hand. He is 16 years old, 15 old, and he's the type of guy that is going in there to try to be grown. So I think that you have a really exciting time here, but this kid from Nashville, Tennessee, named James Big Mac McDonald, this kid is really willing and able to make an assault and establish a beachhead by trying to be thrown Spinks. So we're going to have an exciting time here.
Don, with Spinks being one of only 2 undisputed champions right now, does that bother you that you got a Larry Holmes, who's the IBF champ on the heavyweight division? He doesn't even have what we're considered up until now the majors, the WBA and WBC. Does that bother you?
Yes, it does. I think it's a point that bothers everybody, Ron, in this world. And but no one should deny that Larry Holmes is the undefeated champion of the world. He's 7 years, 2 years, he's 48 years old. However, we know that there's too many champions, an IBF champion who gets claimed as the champion because he is defected from the WBC, and the WBC champion who is Tony Tubb. So what we're in the process of doing in our own body and soul, dedicated after D-Day Dynamite, it will be held here at the Center of the Oasis in the Desert, the home of Peter Fedora. We will have Dickman Thomas taking on the former heavyweight champion, Mike Wheeler. We will have Colonel Tim Witherspoon, the ABF champion, who can have a devastating
presentation for its lack of quality control. gags, ungracious sniping by anchormen, and in-jokes not understood by viewers. Newspaper coverage of the awards gave Channel 2 the biggest play. The Tribune John Anderson said the station dominated the news categories by taking 4 or 5 major awards. Sun-Times Robert Peters led the Channel 2's investigative team, led by Dan Sexton, winning 2 Emmys. I agree with the TV critics that the news and investigative categories are more important than various other fields, at least in Chicago. So Channel 5 had to be left out of the headlines and leads, despite the fact that it was the overall winner with 14 Emmys. But let me raise a few questions about the awards structure. The judging was done by members of TV Academy chapters in other cities. People who have no direct knowledge by which to judge the content of Chicago TV news, investigations, commentaries, or editorials. Do these knowledge know whether the newsmakers or news artists were treated fairly? Are the judges concerned about balance, omission, errors in fact? Or are the judges captives of presentation, style, impact? News and other controversies is improved.
The Bowman Professional School